everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and the one thing I love to do is to answer your guys' questions. And so today I was sitting on the beach and someone sent me a question saying, "Hey Joey, big question for you right now. We drove past the Cape May Airport. Why are there so many names? First of all, it's Cape May Airport, Cape May County Airport, even though it's located in Lower Township and Middle Township, but at the same time, it's the NAS Wildwood. What gives?" So I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you right now. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. To figure out what the real name is, we need to jump back to 1917. At the start of World War I, the US government was looking for areas that may need to be defended or different outposts to help defend key points. Cape May was chosen due to its location to the mouth of the Delaware Bay and the existing infrastructure. The Navy built a temporary base at Sewell's Point, which you know today as the Cape May Coast Guard Base. Needing another base, the government made an agreement to lease land from Henry Ford, who ran a small farm just north of Cape May. On today's map, that would be at the foot of the Garden State Parkway. After renting the land for $1, the US government built Camp Wissahickon. There isn't much left of this camp today except for a bunker that we explored a few years back. You can check out that video on our YouTube channel. We reached out to the Henry Ford Museum, who provided us this map of what the camp actually looked like, and if you overlay it with the highway, you can see where it stood. After World War II had ended, Camp Wissahickon was ripped down, with some of the wood actually being reused in local towns and some businesses such as Douglas Fudge. The rest of it was burnt down to the ground and the land was given back to Ford. It wouldn't be until World War II where we saw more military action here in Cape May. At the start of the war, the Navy base was brought back to life to help protect against German Nazi U-boats. On top of this, many other military stations were built on our shores to help protect our country. Fire control towers were built on the shores to keep an eye out for U-boats, and massive bunkers were built on the beaches of Cape May so that they can attack these submarines. There were two of these control towers built in the Wildwoods, one in North Wildwood and one in Wildwood Crest. Unfortunately, both have been torn down by now, but here's some photos of what it looked like. Now, there are two remaining ones in Cape May, one by Sunset Beach, and another one that a hotel built itself around. It's by the Grand Hotel. If you're ever walking by, look up, you'll see the very top sticking out, and it's painted blue so that it kind of blends in with the sky. Since World War I, technology had changed, and the biggest advantage in technology were planes. During World War I, planes were only used for viewpoints, and the only time they were ever actually used for military advantage was when someone would pull a grenade and throw it down on the ground.
Germans believe that bombs over London will weaken the will of a populace.
But by World War II, planes were a massive advantage and a necessity. In 1941, the US government purchased land in the middle of Rio Grande, New Jersey, and built a multi-runway airport called Naval Air Station, or NAS for short. These air stations were built all over America, and they needed to be built quickly.
Serving as home bases for naval aircraft and airmen are some 30 air stations, equipped with all the shore facilities needed to service and maintain a modern naval air force.
Many of its buildings, such as the one the Aviation Museum is located in today, was shipped in parts via the railroad and put together like a kit. This particular airport would be a training facility for dive bombers.
For these are the fleet's first line of aerial offense. For this kind of attack calls for precise coordination on the part of each plane's crew, and precise formation tactics by the entire squadron.
These dive bombers would attack U-boats and other targets when needed. At this time, most airports were named after the town that they were located in. In this case, the town was Rio Grande. That would mean that this airport was named NAS Rio Grande. While this made sense on paper, it confused a ton of officials, including the mail delivery service. You see, there was a town in Texas named Rio Grande, And from time to time, important military packages were shipped to Texas instead of New Jersey. Unlike today, where you can Amazon it in 2 days, back then it would take weeks to get a package, which isn't really good during a war. In 1943, the government decided to rename the Naval Air Station to NAS Wildwood. This definitely would stop the confusion since there was no other Wildwood at the time. Following the end of World War II, NAS Wildwood was deemed not needed by the US Navy and was given to the local government of Cape May County. It was here where the airport was named the Cape May County Airport, or the Cape May Airport for short. The airport and Hangar No. 1 was used for many years as the hub for Southern Jersey Airways and United States Overseas Airways. When those airlines folded, the building sat empty until 1997, when restoration finally started. One of the reasons why they wanted to restore the building was to have a place to showcase Cape May County's World War I and World War II history. Keeping the historical period in mind, they decided to name the hangar NAS Wildwood. Now, one interesting fact that many people don't know is that for those who drive by, you see signs that says Cape May Airport or Cape May County Airport. For those who fly planes, the actual call letters for the airport are still WWD for Wildwood. So in a way, this airport still has 3 different names: the Cape May County Airport, Cape May Airport, and NAS Wildwood. So there you guys go. You got to learn something very interesting today. There's a lot of history here. I mean, they have a full-blown museum behind us, the Naval Air Station of Wildwood, with so many cool planes. I mean, a lot of World War II stuff and other amazing stuff inside. Of course, behind us, again, all these old planes that they're slowly getting restored. So hopefully these will be flying before you know it. And I think there's a Vietnam museum over there that you can check out as well. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me. If you have any other questions, feel free to send me a message here on Facebook or on YouTube at the Wildwood Video Archive. And I want to send a special thank you out to all of my patrons on patreon.com that allow me to do fun things like this. If you too want to support this channel, go ahead and click the link in the description below. There's some pretty cool features, such as having your name at the end of the video, plus kind of behind the scenes stuff you don't get to see online. Anyway, I'm Joey. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, I'll see you on the beach. See you later. Bye.